Hi everyone, welcome to today's Hooray It's Thursday live with Courtney. Hope you've got your cuppa and you're going to join me to get a little bit creative. We're going to do some fancy folding or fancy cutting really for this one today rather than anything else, and we'll just have a bit of a play. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I just hit the go live button on, well, I thought I'd already, I'm not sure what's going on with Instagram. Hopefully Instagram is live as well. Let's just double check it because I didn't hit the button on it. So that's a bit interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, no, it's not. I didn't hit the button on it. I was right. I hadn't hit the button yet. Okay, so without further ado, let's click that button and we'll get started. Okay, so welcome, and here is my desk view for today. We are playing with Spotlight on Nature. I'm taking a step back to our beautiful annual catalogue. It seems to get a bit missed when one of the minis comes live. This is it here. Mine's got thousands of tabs on it. I'm not sure what yours looks like. All right, but I'm looking at Spotlight on Nature. I've also got Prize Peony with me because I really like this with best birthday wishes sentiment. So that one's going to come out. Either that, depending on how this goes. We played with you in mind at class on the weekend, and hi Eilish. I've got Instagram working because that's what she's watching on. I really love this happy birthday. It's a great size, and so is the thinking of you. It's a fun stamp set. So I've got a couple of varieties. The Spotlight on Nature has Dear Friend and Thanks in it, but I really like this background set, the stamp as well. Okay, a couple of colours that we've got on the table. We've got our pecan pie, some peach pie. It doesn't have a sticker on it yet. Soft sea foam, pool party. I also pulled over granny apple green and pumpkin pie, but I'm not sure. No, we could stick with all the pie colours. What do you reckon? No. And I haven't cut anything yet because I wanted to show you what I was cutting. Okay. So our paper this is a piece of designer series paper from the Wildflower Birthday. It's really pretty. It's got that nice gold shimmer on it. But I really like this side. Okay. So we've got that as well. Today, everybody that knows me, comes to class, has been watching for a while. I make a lot of portrait style cards. This particular card is usually a portrait style card. However, the way that it's cut is different to what my normal portrait style cards are cut. So we're actually going to have to cut our A4, see what I was playing with before, A4 sheet in half long ways rather than my usual short ways. And the reason why we have to do that is because of the way that the card is actually made. We will need this piece as well. All right, and I find that this folds so much nicer if you score it. Okay, we do have a score tool. You don't have to press too hard. You only want a little bit of a line on there. You don't need a great big one. That's going to come back in a sec. And you'll just find that this will fold better. Even, oh, excuse me. Even if we're a bit out, it'll still fold better. It will still bend into submission better than if we didn't score it at all. And that's just the way that the fibers run in the paper. Oh, now I've got an itchy nose. Okay. All right, so I do have a piece for my inside. I've got a couple of pieces here because I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Do have a piece for my inside. Now, because of the way that I want to make this card, I'm going to chop this up even more. Okay. So if you've got your pens handy, now's a good time to have them. Okay. Hi Cheryl. Hi Chris. And I believe Maureen's watching as well. Have a pen handy. I want you to cut off this end. I want you to cut 3 centimeters. Oh look, here comes my tissue. Thank you, honey. Excuse me, everybody. Oh my gosh, sorry. I can't mute. What? Only because I don't know how. 3 centimeters off that end. Just pop it to the side. And then I also want you to cut from 3 centimeters from your fold. Okay. All right. So that there is our card. Okay. Yeah. And we're going to make a feature of that. Now, because we've got this piece here in the middle, yep, that's right. It should have been, it's come down to 10.5 centimeters. So it doesn't look like a square. It's not. So it's actually, it's 10.5 centimeters in that direction and it's 9 in that one. So we need a piece that's actually longer than 9 centimeters. You could use, actually, you could use that piece, but I'm not going to. I want a piece that's as long as that. Save that for later. And I need a piece that, our front of our card is 14.9. So if I take off 0.5 centimeter, I'm going to make that 14.4. I'm going to turn it on its side and I'm actually going to make it, to start with, I'm going to make it that 9 centimeters. I think I will be cutting it down even further for what I want to do. And I will be, because I actually want to make it a bit more of a feature. So let's cut this one down to 7.5 centimeters. Okay. So on that 7.5 centimeters, we're going to put a piece of basic white there. And we're going to have some of this. Okay. So remember those 2 bits that we cut at 3 centimeters? So now we're going to cut a strip here. That's 2.5 centimeters long. Those pieces were 10.5 centimeters. So these need to be 2.5 centimeters by 10. And we need 2 of them, 1 for each end. Okay, and you've got this little piece left over for another card. This piece here, we made that 7. This piece, remember that one? Is 7. So this means this piece here has to be 6.5. Okay, so let's regroup, see what we've got here. That's not right. That was 7.5. Where's my maths person? So this one needs to be 7. It's good to always bring extra pieces to the table. Okay, so this piece here is 7 centimeters by 13.9. That's going to sit on our 7.5 by 14.4. Okay, so that's going to sit on there. All right, let's move that to the side again. These 2 pieces here, one of them is going to sit here and one of them is going to sit on this piece here. Okay, all right, and I've just noticed that this piece here is sitting up here. Now you're thinking, oh, where's this one going to go? Hi, Kate, how you going? This one's going to be just not going to be floating in thin air, but it is going to sit approximately there. Okay, so we'll end up sitting back at the end to make our card look super smick. Now, look, it works both ways, this paper. How glorious would that look? Did I bring the right colours? I could do it that way. No, I haven't brought the right colours over with me. Oh. Let's just do some creating and we'll wait and see what we come up with.
What colours do you want?
No, I don't want any other colours, honey. Tony's being helpful. This piece here is going to sit like so. Now, it's up to you whether you have a bit of extra space at the top, or a bit of, you can pop it in the middle, or you can pop it at the bottom. Yeah, you did miss the beginning, Kate. It's all good. Hello. We're making this the feature piece. So for today's card, I'm actually going to pop it in, I think I'm going to pop it in the middle. That's where I'm leaning towards now. But I've got this nice blank canvas that I need to work on. All right. So, and I've got my envelope here already. What you've got in here is some really pretty stamps. But what we're going to have one of the other things that we're going to do. So now I'm going to get a new one of those because I actually need a better one. All right. So, because that one there's my inside. Okay. So we're creating a pile. This is our Spotlight on Nature dies. And these are the reason why I have this stamp set, because it is better that you get a bundle because you save 10%. Okay. I'm all up for saving a buck, but these are divine. Okay. If you haven't seen these before, now they have a variety of circles in them. They're a variety of sizes and they're a variety of different patterns and textures around them. So just for the purpose of this, I'm going to pull out these 4 because I actually want some little circles, if it's going to let me. All right. And I will be getting a bigger one, but I'm going to be picky and I'm going to have this one because I like it. Actually, I like that one too, but that's okay. We might come back to one of those. And I'm just going to go through, I'm going to create a mask. All right, so we need our cut and emboss machine. I've just got it off to the side there a bit. So I'm going to use this piece here and I'm going to create a mask with my circles. The 4 little ones in particular, okay? So they just need to randomly be put onto your piece of cardstock with a bit of a border around the outside edge. And we're making this up as we go, okay? So you don't, I can't tell you, I can't show you what it's going to look like, but I'm making it up as I go. So these guys I'm not using, but save them, pop them in your container that you've got at the side for stuff that we're going to use later. Because, like, look how pretty they are. The edges on them are just really nice. And there is a lot of sentiments that will fit in them. Okay? Cleaner came yesterday, but you won't be able to tell by the time I finish crafting later. Okay. And I do need a big one, so I'll just grab another. Because all those chopped up pieces are not... what's the word? They're too small for that piece. Okay, and we'll have one more of these. Okay. Run that one through. Okay. All right. So we'll keep that one to the side because I want that for something else. Okay. And I really want to blow my nose again. So just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Because I don't know what I'm allergic to, but whatever it is, it's getting up my nose. Okay. So with this piece here, okay, you'll notice that these have got, like, see the texture? It's got some little flicky bits on it. Okay. So using the net, we've made a mask from these guys, so I'll just pop them to the side. Bringing out your blending brush, we need one for peach pie, and I need one for soft sea foam. That might be a difficult one. Might be pushing it. I usually have a pale one, but All right, not today. And then I'll have one for some pecan pie. Okay, so with this, we're just going to use this to create a bit of a background. And I'm going to work from the lightest color to the darkest color. Okay, just create a bit of a circle. Okay, yep, that one's going to work. Okay, so all I'm doing is creating a bit of a background with my mask. I'm starting my blending off. Oops, that one wiggled. So we'll just move that one to the side. Starting my blending on my mask before I actually put it straight on my paper, because sometimes you can get like a bit of a, I don't know what we'd call it, like a blob. Okay. And you can just do, you can always put more on, you can't take it off. Okay, so just do a couple of those in that color. And some peach pie. Okay, let's go with a nice big one over here. Oh, need to hold both pieces of cardstock, Courtney. Thought I had it pinned under my finger there. You know what? If you've got a piece of washi tape hanging around, I know we don't have any washi tape on at the moment. I've got some old washi tape from our previous catalogues. Just stick this down to hold it still, almost like forcing it into submission. And the beauty about washi tape is if you need to move it, it doesn't pull on your paper and it doesn't take the top layer of your paper off. Now it has no choice but to behave. Okay, and just go around and do some spots in all of our different colors. And you can use as many colors you like. Okay. The main thing that you want to do is you don't want to go at the moment where there's washi tape, because that will leave a mark. All right. If you need to do a bit where there's washi tape, just move it and then you can always stick it back down, because we've got 3 pieces on here anyway. All right. And we need a little bit of this guy over the top. This one is pecan pie. And we're going to go with some of our smaller ones. Okay. Just to create a bit of a bokeh type background. Now, if you've seen the Designer Series paper that we've got currently, there's a new packet of Designer Series paper and it's teamed up with some gorgeous little butterflies. Just move this piece of washi tape and I'll stick it up here where I've already got ink, so I don't need to put anything there. There's some gorgeous new paper in the mini, and it's teamed up with some butterflies, and it's just divine. Now, the other thing you can do is if you've got some white ink, you can go over the top of these with white ink. But I'm essentially filling up some of the white space with this pecan pie colour. Okay. To me, I'm actually really happy with that. Okay. So I'll just put my blending brushes back to the side. I will be using them again because I'm going to, what's the word? Antique this one. Okay. And I'll often antique just using a darker brown colour. Time for a sip. So when I'm putting things together, I'll actually antique them as I go. I'll just put those bits of washi tape there. Now you'll find that your daubers will be better for this. Okay, if you don't have a dauber close by, these are your daubers. Okay, they go through the washing machine beautifully, but this one, oh, this one's no good. That one's seen a lot of love. They do go through the washing machine beautifully. That one needs to be replaced because it's been through the washing machine way too many times. So I'll show you how I do daubering type work, but with a blending brush, because it's not on the table. You need to blending brush quite damp. Got bits of dauber everywhere. And I come along and I can just do this along the edge. Okay, and it just highlights that edge a little bit, takes off that white. Remember, has anyone ever done paper towel? Okay, I used to do paper towel, and we used to go along with a marker along all of our edges and just color the edge in where that we cut the white paper. And essentially I'm just, although we don't have a white edge, I'm just darkening up that edge. The other thing it reminds me of is like that vignette. Is that how you say it? When you're playing with your camera and you can add all the different textures and masks and all that sort of stuff to your camera. So I'm just going around the side, and you can see quite clearly there how it's got that edge around it. And I want you to do it around all of them. Okay. Even on this soft seafoam piece, which I have decided I am doing that side off because that's the side that matches, even though it means I'm covering up that pretty gold piece. Okay. If you've got a dauber, this is a little bit less fussy. Okay, and we'll do this piece as well. And the reason why we're doing this piece is because we've done that piece, which also means that we're going to. All right, okay. So if you had to pick, what's one of your favourite stamp colours that we've got? I'm loving pecan pie. I do love copper clay, but I'm loving pecan pie. It's one of the normal colours. We've got 10 colours that are what we call in colours. Peach pie is one of them. Okay. Those colours, there's 2 groups of 5. Each year, 5 of them disappear and we get a new 5. So if you've got those colours on your favourites list, can I strongly recommend that you get the re-inkers for them sooner rather than later. We've got a new catalogue that will be starting at the beginning of May. That new catalogue will bring a few changes. One of the changes is there's 5 colours disappearing and we're going to get 5 new ones. And what that means is the first thing that normally sells out when we do a retirement list for that catalogue will be those re-inkers, okay? Because if you decide later on that you want to sell some of your stash, having re-inkers with it makes the ink pads so much easier to resell. Not being able to re-ink your own ink pad is very frustrating if you've bought it because it's one of your favourite colours. All right, so just be aware of that. That re-inkers, I mean, what I do is whenever I buy an ink pad, I buy the re-inker to go with it so that I can make sure I've always got it. But it's just something for you to be aware of. We do have a great joining special at the moment where it's the joining special is always the best one, but pay $169, which sounds like it always sounds, but you actually get, it's a value add joining special with celebration. It finishes on the 28th of February. It's something that you need to keep in mind. You don't want to miss out on it if you're sitting on the fence. Okay. All right. That's looking smick. Okay, so just popping that to the side because we don't want to stick this bit down, okay, because that bit's got to get stuck down later, and I'll show you how when the time comes. This piece here is going to sit on here. Now, I've got this, one of the things that came with this stamp, sorry, one of the things that came with this stamp set's dies is all circles. So the dies are only circles. There's nothing to cut out or fussy cut any of these things. So if you want to cut any of these out, you've got to get your scissors out. And that is what we're going to do. Okay, so I'll just pop that up there. Oh, while my ink is still wet on here, if it's just got a little bit dry, you can go and huff on it, and what you will notice is there's a little bit of an edge around there. So just do that to make that match, because you are going to see that white at the top and the bottom. And that's part of how this card works, because that's one of the features that we want to see. And then depending on which way you're going to let this card sit will depend on what you do with the white bits at the side, okay? But we can talk about that in a bit more. All right, so Spotlight on Nature, a red rubber stamp. If you use Stays On, which I have done, you can see my stamps are still coloured. You don't need to wash it off, okay? We do have Stays On cleaner that will take it off, but that's not going to come off. All right. Stays On is a, oh, did I bring it big enough? I will need my husband. I'm going to need a big block. Okay, because I can fit that one on there. All right. Yeah, he heard me. I need a block that will fit that one. And
wow, that's big.
You'll find it in the second drawer, third drawer down over there, third drawer along. So I'm going to stamp these guys in, let me see, I'm going to stamp it in Pecan Pie. Oh, sorry, for fourth drawer along. And I'm going to stamp 2. Okay. Thank you. Much appreciated. See, I told you it wouldn't go to waste. Oh, he's a good egg, isn't he? We'll just get another piece of basic white. It's handy having them up there. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this one here. This is block E. I didn't think about it when I brought it over to the table. I'm going to stamp this one in Pecan Pie to go with it. And I only need one of this if I do this correctly. But I'll stick it up in that corner in case I need to cut a second one. Okay, nice stamp. Isn't the texture on it beautiful? Like, look at those. It just stamps so beautifully. I do love how red rubber stamps. Okay, I was going to use Prize Peony, but now, nope, I'm sticking with the same family. Now, I want to pop a little bit of colour on them because I'm going to fussy cut them. I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to these guys. Okay, and it's just subtle. And because I'm going to fussy cut them, it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. All right. I will do this one just in case, but I don't think I am going to cut out 2. Actually, I'm not going to cut out 2. I've made that decision. And I'll just do a little bit over here. And like I said, because I'm fussy cutting them out, it's not going to matter that this is outside the lines a little. Okay. This one's bigger. But actually, now this is just basic with basic. This is just basic with basic white. Where are you? Here. What I'm going to do, I don't know where the skinny one is. I've got these 2, but my skinny one's not there. So just wet it ever so lightly. I'm doing it off to the side a bit so I don't drip on my paper. Oh, Jen's watching too. Hey Jen, how you going? All right, doesn't want to play. if you've got these, you'll notice that, you know how it's normally lefty, loosey, righty, tighty? It's the opposite, okay? All right, so I'm just going to pop some water on my, whoops, on there. Ever so lightly. Just get a little bit of ink colour. And I'm just going to put a little bit, a smidge of colour in there. Let's get a bit more ink colour. All right, because this is water paint, water, and these are not water paper, we have to be quite stingy with the water, okay? Because otherwise the water will make the paper peel, and we don't want that. Okay, but we just want a little bit of colour, and we don't want to make that pecan pie colour there run either, okay? So essentially we're just making it so that that brush tip is a bit more pointed rather than that shaggy mess that I had at the beginning. Okay, just to add a bit of colour there. This little one here can have a bit deeper colour because it still hasn't popped out and spread its wings, for want of a better word. Okay. The other thing you can do, because we've got it there now, to clean it, just because I'm going to now add the soft sea foam and it's very pale, I'm just cleaning on my jeans. Apron's good, but as you can see, the apron's here. It's not where the apron needs to be. The apron should be on me. But anyway, and by doing this with our ink pad, rather than dipping our pen water in it, it stops it from wrecking the ink pad. Okay. And I'm just going to put some darker streaks at the tips of these leaves. Leave that blending there at the bottom. Okay. And we'll do the same over here. Now, when I say darker, it's soft sea foam. So as you can imagine, the darker in soft sea foam is not dark at all. Okay, but my aim of the game is trying to stop that pecan pie from blending. So I'm actually trying to put my ink in between them. Okay, move those to the side so I don't stick my elbows in them. And we've got some snips. Okay, I'm just going to give it a bit of a rough trim first, just to make it a bit quicker. Okay, moving our paper, not our scissors. It's up to you how close you go. I do like the effect when we've got our dies and they give you that little bit of a white edge around them. I do like that effect, especially on things that have got a skinny stem. It just makes it a bit easier if you've got a skinny stem to have that little extra bit of white around the edge. The soft sea foam that we put on there before sort of takes that whiteness off it. Okay, it's up to you how close, how far in to all these little nooks and crannies you go, and you get better at this the more you do it. So Amanda, if you're watching, you telling me you don't like fussy cutting because you just need more practice. All right, just saying. Okay, and it'd be good if I had prepared one of these earlier, wouldn't it? Then you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me trim paper. All right, so we haven't got a list of anybody's favourite colours here. I reckon I know Laurie Collins, that's my aunt. Laurel has a favourite colour that is melon mambo. She's a pink lady. She likes pink. Kate likes pink as well, but I don't know if that's her favourite one of our colours. Chris, I'm not sure what Chris's favourite colour is. Cheryl's is the purples, and it'll be hard. I'll be hard guessed between Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. I think Highland Heather might be hers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is very relaxing, isn't it, Cheryl? And look, I've got a friend, Kylie, who won't be watching, and she's got a Tesla, or an electric vehicle. So she's quite frequently sitting at places waiting for her car to charge. And one of the things, yeah, see, told you, fresh Frisian Highland Heather for Cheryl, not gorgeous grape. She likes the pastel colours, the paler ones. She regularly has a whole sheet of images stamped, and she'll just sit there while she's waiting for her car to charge and just fussy cut. She creates cards for one of the local hospitals, for the pink ladies at the local hospital. And one of the things that she does is she likes to put things that quite frequently don't have a die on the front of her cards. So she'll just sit there and fussy cut and colour while she's waiting. So colouring is very therapeutic as well. I find I like playing with watercolours. I really love playing with our Stampin' Blends, but you won't see me do too many Stampin' Blends videos because I don't know. I personally, I don't like to watch people colour. I'd rather colour myself. But the same with fussy cutting, to tell you the honest truth. But that's all right. I'm nearly there. Nearly there. Okay. And but yeah, it all just depends on what sort of things. The beauty about craft is do what makes you happy. Okay, that's why we all do it, isn't it? Is because it makes us happy. Not only does it make us happy that we've got something that we can share. Well, look, I ended up with a daggy bit. But it makes us happy doing it as well. And I don't know about you, there's a nice serious you know what, Chris? I would never have thought of shaded spruce as being one of your favorite colors, to tell you the honest truth. That is, I don't know why, but yeah, oh, that's okay. I think the crafting community is all about sharing and sharing our craft. And I mean, in lots of different ways. I share my cards after I've made them with friends and family, like physically sending them. Actually, have you seen International Friendship Day is on the 7th of February? So they're encouraging everybody at Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up's encouraging everyone to send your friend a card for the 7th of February. And I think that's a great idea. Yes, Pretty Peacock's a beautiful colour. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new. I start to get a bit itchy at this time of the year. Looking forward to seeing what the new in colours are going to be, and I mean, it's one of those things that you sort of go, oh, what's coming, and I'll miss copper clay's going. I'll miss some of them, but yeah, I do get a bit excited to see what's coming. I love when the minis come. There's lots of different sort of Stampin' Up things throughout the year that keep me excited. Celebration's one of them. The joining special I really like. Mind you, I find it very interesting. We haven't had very many new team members this year with Celebration. So I think everybody's sort of watching their dollars and whatnot a bit. But I think that there's a few people sitting on the fence and waiting till it gets closer to the end of February before they join. The joining special is exceptional. I was telling you before, we've got a value add special. So if you join for $169, you normally get $235 worth of product. Well, at the moment, what you're going to also get is a really cool stamp set. And come to Courtenay. What are you doing? You're going to get a really nice stamp set, but you're going to get 2 packets of the markers as well. So I might do some more videos with some markers to show you what other things you can do with markers. That's probably a very good idea. I've got the packets here. I could actually show you one of the things I'm going to do with the markers, but that's okay. All right. Fussy cutting is almost done. Oh my gosh. I just feel like I'm raving on here. Or for the other part of the joining kit is if you don't want markers because you've already got them because you've been on my team for so many times and you need to just join again, that's okay. You're more than welcome. You know how it works. You can keep coming and going as you need to, but there's so many good reasons to stay. Okay. So if you are looking at the markers, fabulous time to grab them. I'm thinking that happy birthday there is a really nice size. You're not into autumn, more into brights, Chris. Yeah, I reckon this card will look nice as a bright as well. I'm going to go with this nice big happy birthday with you in mind. Okay, so ladies that were at class the other day will have this stamp set. This stamp set got a lot of love, hence the colouring on it. And I'm going to pop that right there. Now, it needs a big block. All right, can't see the desk. Now both cameras are gone. Oh, Lordy. Oh, you don't know one can see the mess. We don't want that. Let's turn that. Okay. I definitely don't want that camera.
Still nothing.
Are we still nothing? It's saying that I've got volume. Can you hear me now? No, still no. I don't know what's going on. And Instagram hasn't got any volume either. Okay.
You're up.
I definitely don't want that camera.
There's a delay.
Are we still nothing? It's saying that I've got volume. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right, Tony's going to turn the volume off out there. And now I'm sure everyone can hear me now. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. Ah. And now you've got 3 lots of me because the little camera, this one here, is the one that we're listening to. It was that one. So you've got the side view as well as the face view, okay? But I can't turn that side view dot off because otherwise you'll lose me, all right? That's what happens when you bump things. Okay, so where was I? Back to where we were. With you in mind, if you were at class on the weekend, you've got a copy of this, and I'm going to use, this is Pecan Pie again, okay? So I'm bringing that colour in from the back because I don't have, no, that's fine, a darker colour on the table, but this is going to show up beautiful. Okay, you'll notice I've got my angle there because it's on a different angle, just because I like to go, I find it stamps better. Okay, and we've made such a pretty piece of paper, we don't want it to not stamp well. There we go. Happy birthday. I know what I didn't do. I didn't cut out a butterfly. And the reason why this stamp's very pink is because I didn't clean it straight away last time, and I'm not going to clean it straight away now either, but that's all right. So we need a butterfly from our stamp set because it's pretty. And I'm going to put this butterfly in here, but we'll wait until we've got it all put together because I want to put it in the right spot. So let's put this card together. I've got so many different pieces here, it's not funny. Okay, so that piece is actually just going to go straight onto here. It's very autumn coloured. I'm looking forward to when Chris makes this in brights. Okay, there's a challenge for you, Chris. Okay, that piece is going to go straight on there. Now, this piece is going to glue onto here. All right, so what I need to do is make sure that it's going to sit in the right spot. Okay, so that piece is going to glue onto there. If you want to add, I should see your table. If you want to add some trim, now is a good time to do it. Depends on if you want to see the trim on the back or not. If you don't want to see, I was thinking about using some of this. Depending on how you want to see it will depend on how you put it on. If you want to wrap it around this piece, it will need to go under this very end or under that very end. Okay. If you wanted to go across with it, you want to make sure that you tuck it in quite neat. Okay. Today I am going to do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to float it. Okay. So it's literally going to float. All right. And I'll show you how I stick that on when I do that. Okay. But first things first, I'm going to pop this onto here. I am going to put it fairly well in the middle. I said I was going to put it down a bit, but I'm going to put it fairly well in the middle. And I'm going to measure this, where I'm putting glue, by using my piece underneath, because I don't want any of the glue to come over the edge. Okay. So that piece there needs to go on, and it needs to line up quite nicely with the edge of that piece there. Okay, and it is going to be a little bit taller at the, it is a bit taller up the top. Okay, and then doing the same thing over here, we want to make sure that when we're going to put that piece there on, we don't want to have too much glue on here. Okay, so I'm just using that as a guide, but to actually glue it on, what I want you to do is I want you to pop that where it's going to sit so that it gives you a proper edge on the card, and then close it onto it. Okay, so that when your card is sitting flat, it's going to sit properly. All right, now pretend that happy birthday is not there. You can make this a card that sits up that way as well as that way. Okay, and that's why I chose to do that, but I can't stamp, you couldn't stamp that after you'd stuck it on. So if you wanted a card that's going to open this way and sit up as a triangle like that, this will work very nicely, and you could put your design feature on the side here and your sentiment up here. Okay, but I decided to make it in this direction today. Okay, just because I could. All right, so that's going to sit on there, but this is where this circle is going to come back into play. Okay, we can sit that circle up there. Actually, I don't think I like it, and I was going to sit these guys on it, but I actually don't think I like that circle up there. So we're going to sit it flat, and that can go for a different card later. All right, but we do need to put on our piece of ribbon. Okay, and depending on how you decide that you want to put your leaves on, actually that looks fine just without these guys. Now if you want to be even fussier with your cutting and get these bits out, take your pick tool has these little guys in here. This is it's a crafter's tip section, and you can actually take it off the screwing one with the putty on it. Okay, and you can add this one, and it's actually a scalpel. Look at how sharp that beauty is. All right, and if you wanted to, you could cut out these little pieces in here. Okay, depending on how fussy you want to be with your fussy cutting. Okay, so you could actually come in and cut that piece out. Do you know what? For the intents and purposes of today, I'm not going to let you see me trim my fingers because I'm very good at doing that. Okay, the other tools that are in here are a little perforated one, and this one here, look at this. This one's cool. Oops. Look at that one. That's really good for weeding. So if you've got a cut and emboss, not a cut and emboss, a cuttle bug or something like that, and you're doing any vinyl work, that one's perfect for that. All right. So, sorry, sidetracked. Doesn't take me much, does it? I'm actually thinking I need a bigger piece of this. I love this stuff. Let's get a bigger piece. Okay. All right. Yeah, bigger piece. Okay, so to stick this on, it's not going to stick with our regular glue. We need tear and tape. Okay, so it's just one of those things that just is not, I can tell you now, it's not going to stick with regular glue. The catch here is you want to be able to hide your piece of tear and tape. Okay, so when we cluster up these leaves and flowers, this is the reason why it's good to leave that bit. It's it's part of the pick tool family, Cheryl. It's just a different tip. Okay. All right, so that's actually going to have to go that way so that we can see it. Okay, yep. So I can put my tear tape under here and hold that piece down. Okay, now it's up to you whether you peel that off and use that to then stick that part of that leaf on. All right, because you can, but I am actually also going to add a bit of glue to this leaf as well. Okay, just a little bit, doesn't need a lot. All right, but that leaf is going to get stuck onto there. Okay, this one here, I'm going to stick it on with some dimensionals. Okay, and this is where our minis are going to come in handy. Okay, because we don't necessarily need big ones under here. All right. And because a lot of the place we haven't got a lot of space. Okay, and I'll pop another one up here. All right, and I'll see, you can see I need one under the edge of that bit there. Okay, so you just got to make sure it's not going to go over the edge. That's the other thing that pick is really good for, if you want to see it in use. This one picks off these guys really exceptionally well. All right, look how quick and easy that was. It's really sharp, whereas this one's got a bigger head, and you'll see that the one on the end of here is finer again as well, like in comparison. So it depends on what sort of hole you want to stick. All right, but I love that one. I'm tempted to get another one, just another take your pick tool, just so I can have all the different heads already attached. I just want to make sure that one doesn't go over the edge there. Okay, and then this stuff ties beautifully. Where's that scrap? Oh, it's too short. This stuff ties beautifully. You can tie it in a bow, you can tie it in a knot, but as a knot, it looks really cool. Hey guys, do you want to see some of what Eilish has been up to? Just for something different. Oops, hold on, that knot wasn't very good. All right, she's standing here beside me with a mascot, I believe it is, that she's been crocheting. Ah, that's better. See, I told you I needed a bigger piece. Okay, and I need a glue dot. So she's just going to have to be a bit patient because you're not seeing that until the end. Okay, these knots attach best with a glue dot. Oh, there they are. I need to make sure you got your glasses on to see these guys. All right. Oh, but look, we still have to do our inside. So the inside is going to pop in here. And normally I would stamp before I actually put them in, but this one needs to go in first so that I can see where I want to put my inside. And I want to make sure I'm all square. Yep, all square. Okay, so this stamp set has a couple of really cool things. It's got these little dotty things, and it's got this gritty bit. And yes, I always keep that bit from the back because I like it. All right. So what I'm going to do, now I've already got it in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of texture to our top piece. There's a scrappy bit from before. Okay. And you can see I'm stamping it off. Because I don't want it to be too much. So that when I close it, see what I mean? But I also want to put a butterfly on it. But he's going to hide in underneath here. About there. Okay, and it's up to you if you add some colour to that one or not. And I think he's going to need it. And I think just because, oh, actually, no, I will use this colour. Here's one I prepared earlier. And I'll just add a little tiny bit of colour to him. Just to make him match the front, okay? And a little bit down here. And you know what? Like any card, they look better in real life. Got to hold your tongue in the right spot while you're doing it. Okay. So that's the card, and the envelope is going to have, well, I was going to do that in that colour, but I won't. I'll do it in this one. The other texture, this is the other texture. Hopefully you can see it when I do. Oh, you can. Okay, really hard to see, but like, look at that. How cool is that? Love a bit of background texture, and we'll put, I was going to say we'll put another butterfly on it, but then it's flying in the wrong direction. So we won't be putting a butterfly on that. We will be putting a flower. Let me just move this guy out of the way. Just to make a match a bit. Okay, so somewhere here, and I don't know where, I have got a cleaning tool. Oh no, guess what? It's upside down. That's my stamp spot. Nobody noticed. Here's today's card. So we've got a couple of things happening on there. It's a fancy fold, as well as being a little bit of a bokeh technique and a little bit vintage. What do you think? Now, Miss Eilish has bought something to share with everybody. So let me just move this camera around just so that she can come and share with you. She's just walking in. Oh, look. She might actually show a face.
Why?
Crouch down, Floss.
It's
On your knees.
not a chance. Any idea how sore my knees are?
Look what Eilish has been making. Eilish has been making not a bin chicken. It's a bin possum. Thanks, Lol. So she's made a possum with looks like his little gold bag of stash.
Yeah, all that.
I'm holding in my possum. How cute's that?
It's a soft plastic bag. So I put bubble wrap in it.
It's a Kirby bag. All right. Thank you for joining us all. I've popped all the links into the description on both Facebook and on YouTube. Please click to follow so that you don't miss any of my videos. And yes, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to show up. There might be a possum.
You know, you might stamp something upside
That looks
down.
a bit like a wolf, or you might stamp something upside down. There's no such thing as wrong stamping. Nobody knows what it was supposed to be when you stamped
until you turned it over and you opened it.
Yeah, I know. But look, you know, that's okay. Yeah. As long as the stamp goes up in the top left-hand corner after you've written your address on it, it doesn't matter which side you open the card from. Okay. All right. And Tony's here. He's here to hurry me along.
From all the team here, thank you for your support.
Yeah, from all the team. Thank you for your support. I'll catch up with you next Thursday. I might have the house to myself next Thursday. You never know.
No, I'm not working.
Oh, no, I won't have the house to myself. Well, everybody wants to see what she's making next. Okay. All good. We will say toodaloo and see you all later. Look, beautiful card.